Well, hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Tim's Brick Adventures. Today, we have a new exciting adventure. This thing hit me in the head. Um, Storage. What do we do? How do we store it? How do we sort it? Everybody wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And do I know about it? Not really. I know what I do, and so I'm going to share with you what I do, and hopefully some of it is informative and gives you some ideas. Now, I will say, on a plus side with me, I'd rather spend my money on Lego than a really expensive sorting and bins and all the organizing stuff. So mine is probably about as cheap as you can get and still sort and organize your stuff. So for some people, that's a win. So with that, let's get busy and I'll show you what I do. Okay, we're in my Lego room where the magic happens sometimes. Not very often anymore though. There's too much stuff around. Anyway, so like everybody else, I pretty much have a wall of bins that came from Walmart, the shoebox, Sterilite, handy bins. And as you can see, I've got some stuff sorted by color. I tend to start by color when I have a big bulk bunch of Lego that I've gotten either in a buy or just picked up somewhere. And then I break them down into the different individual parts and stuff. I'm trying to slowly get away from having just bins of one color because there's just so many parts anymore. So I am trying, like the yellow, that one still needs, that one's kind of broken down into blocks, and that one's definitely in blocks. Blue, reds I haven't got to yet, but it definitely helps. Now, the other thing that I've got to do, there's that guy that has the labels, Brick Architect, and I'll try and find the link to that and put it in the description. So I've got that, I mean, the most current version, and so that helps a lot because you can print and put on, even if you're standing here looking at them, sometimes there's so many parts, different weird parts in there that, and I need to go back through and change some of that up because it really is weird parts that don't belong together, and I've got new parts. So anyway, along with those, I like these little smaller to break down. These are good for like conventions, and I need, like my Wild West, I've got just certain elements that I use for the Wild West and stuff. And so it's nice to have just like the Wild West one and the space one and yada, yada, yada. And then most of these aren't that well organized, but I'm trying, excuse me. And then as you can see, every container is fair game for me. Peanuts, cookies, crackers, anything. You know what I got sitting by my chair? Even the M&Ms. Look at that. I wish that was full of M&Ms. I'm missing my M&Ms. Anyway, those all came from Harbor Freight. These I got at Home Depot, and they were really pretty cheap. I think $3 or $4, which retrospectively with what I'm going to show you here in a minute, that's a little more, but those are good solid boxes. And then this is HDX. That's a Home Depot's, their home brand, I guess they call it. And these are good solid boxes. I've got several different sizes. When they're on sale, or when they used to be on sale, I've got enough now, I don't worry about it, but when they used to be on sale, I'd pick them up. And there's all kinds of various things. I mean, the trays come out, and then you got them nice little area in there. And there's a bigger one. And somehow, they all interlock, or most of them do. But I haven't quite figured all that out yet. Those are all the instruction manuals. I've saved every binder, and anytime I can pick up a cheap binder, I grab it and put them in. And I apologize, my camera work because I'm having to hold. And then just use these plastic sleeves to put them in. And if you're wondering, that's that stuff there that I picked up at the Bricks and Minifig store. Traded stuff. This is my friend Howie of Howie.com. He showed me this. He came up with this, or he discovered this. Just one of them cheap shoe holders from Walmart or the thrift store, and using the Lego cups. And this is awesome idea. I mean, it's great because I'm always needing these. So I've got a bucket of them handy. I got the grass. I'm still working. I mean, he just showed this to me a few months ago. So, and I haven't had time to do any kind of sorting or anything like that. But so that is a definite plus, very economical storage system right there. And of course, I got the bigger shelves. And then for minifigs, I really like these $2.99, $3.99, and then they have coupons from Harbor Freight. Now, the clasps on these are terrible. They break off after a while, or tend to, with more use. But, you know, for what they are, and you get a lot of minifigs in there. So, and then like I said, every storage, there's one of the fancy Lego Friends units. I stole that. I'm sure I bought it for my daughter, and so don't tell her. She's not getting it back. More of the tower thing. Now this is great because I can, now don't look, I've been building a lot of stuff here in the last few months, so I've really got this drawer out of whack, but I had these all put together. This is my 4 by whatever plates, and I had all the colors in here. You can tell some colors are missing. I ended up using some stuff, so I've got to find more plate, and then a little bit longer, and then up to the 6 by, and some even then the 8s and the bigger, and then finally the actual 16 by 16 plates, and just odds and ends stuff. But tell you what, this is, if you can get you one of them just for plate, I mean, if you don't have a lot of plate, you'll end up, trust me. I mean, I can remember 2010 when we got started, one set, and I'll show you that. The very first set we started with, my mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas, and now you see what happens. Back in this room, this is, that was actually a scrapbook and paper holder that my wife had, and just works out perfectly. These are more husky or plain. I got them at Home Depot. I mean, they used to be real cheap. I don't know. This stuff's gone up in price a lot too. Here's one of the bigger of those HDX organizers. There's the Stanley brand that most of the Lowe's, Home Depot sells. This is Harbor Freight's, and I highly recommend these. I think I paid $5.99 regularly, and with coupon every once in a while they drop them down to $4.99. But there again, they may not be that cheap anymore. I've had those for quite a few years. And then even the big ones might have came from Home Depot. You know, sometimes I'm feeling rich and I would splurge at Home Depot. Another great thing, these are all Home Depot, and the secret to them, you have to order them online. I just looked them up, and you can get these for 20 bucks, a little over $20 for those, which is pretty good because I saw some of these going for 40, 50 bucks. I mean, some of them were just that much, but I don't know that Home Depot had these anymore. This seems to be the style. And then this is the first one I bought. I bought this at the store, and it's okay. Because of the way it is, you know, stuff falls out easier. So you got to be careful what you put in there. I mean, it works. And so I got that. And let's see. I've got one of the famous Lego head sorter heads. that I need to start utilizing. I forget I have it. You know, you throw stuff in the top and then it, slowly everything breaks down to the smallest pieces in the bottom. That's a handy thing, and I need to remember if and when I ever get back to sorting and storing again, or organizing. So back out here, this is my little city area. Yeah, it's about a third the size it used to be at the other house. I'm very sad, but anyway, these IKEA makes these little wooden sections. They're like 3 rows. Now I built mine by myself. I had all this paneling left, or plywood left from a cabinet job, so I built the cases myself and then bought all the drawers. And they got the 2 sizes, and they hold a lot of stuff. And this was a wall mounted unit initially, and so it held, I had 2 of them, so you got 6, so there's 12 of them. And then of course always bookcases are good, big totes. Here's the bigger ones. So the way it's designed, you can put, you know, as you saw, 3 or one of these and one of these. You know, everything, just bucket. I like these kind of thinner totes because you can put a lot of vehicles. And my trains, I've got some longer ones that I got 2 of them. All my trains fit nicely in, so I can take them around. This is kind of cool, and this is a Christmas time thing. They were clearance out at Walmart. It's an ornament holder, but it works really well. Steve Jackson, who is a member of I think he's Texas like Austin, but he's also one of the big members of Texas Brick Railroad. And he's also Steve Jackson Games. Some of you may know that. But I got to spend a lot of time with him setting up the railroad, and he loves landscape like I do. In fact, I probably got a lot of my love for it from him. But he was using these kind of things for trees at one point, and so I was buying them up, gonna do all kinds of crazy space, and still plan to, or fantasy, because they're really cool. Make trees out of them. Let's see. There's the little organizers out of the advent calendars. They make nice little things. And then, of course, just your good old kitchen grade storing boxes. And then these I love. Those big, heavy. Those, I've got all my new sets out of the boxes in those. And they're nice. They're almost square. They're heavy duty. They stack well. And they protect your stuff really well versus that box, which is going to eventually get into one of those. Guess really that's it. I hadn't made a video in a while, and I know this is something that's important to everybody, and so I wanted to share just, you know, what I do, and for my storage and stuff. Like I said, it's a very big work in progress, so do what I say, don't do what I do. And I gotta do something with that. I gotta quit standing underneath that. With that, I guess that's good for today. Just keep it short, relatively short, sweet. As you know, my videos never are short, so I apologize to those of you that get tired of me real fast, but like to hang in there till the end. And to those of you that like my ramblings, thank you. But you know, can't thank y'all enough for supporting me. It's been a great year. A lot of beautiful things have happened. I got some exciting new projects I'm starting on, so I'll be kind of, as I go through them, sharing some of the highlights of that. And I guess, you know, if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, that's good too. And as always, comment. I try to answer every comment. And as all, you know, share, and like. So with that, Y'all take care, and we'll see you again real soon. Thank you.